right. Good morning, Freedom Team. Happy Monday to you. Happy mid-August. Well, we are cruising along. We're about to go into major recruiting season. And man, you guys hear it almost every week, but we are at the top of the food chain on this, gentleman. The opportunity that I think we have before us today is pretty incredible. To think that I was just telling my family before I came out here for this interview this morning with Mr. Brent Gove. I remember I was in a van heading to a training with Jay Kinder, and I remember Jay going, "Dude, you don't get it. If this guy comes on, it's over. It's like the whole United States is going to know." And I don't know if I tell this quick little story before I introduce Brent. I don't know if it was 4 months, 5 months, 6 months that Brent had been in. It wasn't that long. I think I was in maybe 4 or 5 months before him. We're out at a training, and I get the opportunity to meet Brent for the first time. And I remember you saying something to the effect of, we were just all chatting, and you said, you know what? I think it was like the day before, 2 days before the event. You said, guys, I was heading out to a listing. There was like $1.4 million. It was like a 40-minute drive. And all I kept thinking the whole time is, man, I'm wasting my time. I could be attracting agents right now. And I had only been in for like 6 months, Brent. I'm at that. And I remember going, it just was a perspective. Not that we're saying don't do any production. We all know the deal. Let's say a fine line of just slowing your production while you speed up attraction. But again, guys, we are so fortunate that Brent Gove is here. He is the #1 attractor in the world. So if there's ever a time to kind of tune in, he has a lot of energy, comes with it every single time. I was sitting there going, how can I have enough passion to try to match Brent today? But that ain't going to happen, brother. So I'm going to turn this over to you. Again, man, we feel so fortunate that you're on here. We'll have this thing recorded. So I'm expecting you to be on your game. He just left out of the gym. He said he's fired up. Look at that grin. He's ready to go. So Brent, man, without any further ado, my friend, please take over. And I think all we'd love to know about you, a lot of folks don't know your background. I know a lot of that, so I'm not going to edify all of that. I know he's at Remax and KW before coming here. So in 20 years, he's been at 3 brokerages. So Brent, man, why don't you start off, kind of share anything about you you'd love us to know and kind of your journey up until the point of right before you joined eXp, just so we have a little background.
Yeah, absolutely. But before I do that, I got to give props out to you, Sean. You are a great leader. You're a great American, sir. And to Eric Golden, your faithful coach and teacher. I love Eric. He's doing a class for me, and everybody's going nuts and signing people up. I love Eric's new program. And you got Tim Holland in there. Hey, Tim, what's up? Good to see you. And so many amazing. Kelly, my friend Kelly. I know all of you. Bill, what's up, Bill, with the coffee Billster? And Mark Best, good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. I don't want to leave anybody out. I can keep going. There's a ton of you I know and just adore. But really, I think Glenn in his motorhome driving around America for a year or two, trying to get people to get these cartoon figures and call it a business back in 2009 and 10. That took real courage. And then Jason Guessing, the crazy attorney who took a gamble on Glenn, became the CEO. And those two really pioneered eXp. And I mean, yeah, but they didn't do that good. They only got to like 600 agents. I go, I never built anything with 600 agents. I think it's pretty awesome, you know, what they did. And they had to talk about bootstrapping. So hats off to them. But I do want to be clear, the greatest recruiter is not me. Thank you for the shout out. I get that all the time because I do in a position where I make more money than everyone, but revenue share. But really, it's Gene Frederick and Rob Flick. Those two guys, I learned so much from Gene and Rob, and if you haven't heard them, you should. I mean, hopefully, all know them, study them, and they're just amazing. Gene's so down to earth. That's what I learned from Gene. And listen, down to earth, listen, talk, relate. Down to earth, listen, talk, relate. That's Gene. Just let's go get lunch, but it better be $5.97. You know, he's frugal. He's a classic Texan. He ain't going to the Ritz-Carlton. I've lived in Puerto Rico for 5 years. I can't even set foot on the Ritz-Carlton Reserve. There's only 4 in the Reserve. I don't know what it's called. There's only 4 in the world. One of them, like one's in the Great Wall of China. The other one's like in Croatia, Europe. The other one's like probably in Thailand. And then the 4th one is in Puerto Rico on the ocean, the only rainforest in Northern California. We go, it's our staycay. Like we go there all the time. Like at least once a month we hang out for the weekend. And it's stupid expensive. I mean, it's like Michael Jordan rents the whole place. Michael Dell rents the whole place. People come in. It's only 88 rooms, but it's a very bougie. Gene will not go. Gene is so down to earth. He drives a Honda Pilot minivan, calls it the Beast, and goes over speed bumps that are 3 feet high at about 60 on the way to golf. Just boom. That's Gene. He's like, let's go golfing. So Gene's so down to earth. That's what I learned from him. From Rob Flick. Rob is just a killer. He's an assassin. He is and he's got this thing about look for people with good energy. That's what I learned from Rob. Do they have good energy? If they're funky, wonky energy, he's like we had this guy had such an attitude. And Rob's like, stay where you are, man. You know, we don't need you, you need us. You don't realize you need us, but you need us. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to recruit this guy. And he's just Rob's just laughing in his face, a little cocky, but I love him. He's our Rob, and so, but he's always looking for good energy, people who are motivated, who are upwardly bound, and so you know that's what I'm looking for with Rob, and then those two are just incredible. You know, they're just the work ethics they have helped me a lot. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. My sponsor, Sheila, amazing. I called her 7 times a day, and success leaves clues. Do you call your sponsor 7 times a day? And I'll tell you why you don't, because you're not moving. Write this one down. It's not magic, it's motion. I've heard that before. So tell me about your motion. I ain't doing nothing. Okay. So it's not the interest rates. It's not, well, it's hard to get agents. Everyone's heard of eXp. When I got in, it's nobody had heard of eXp, but I did it. Now everyone's heard of eXp. There's people doing it. But so you pick your poison. Either everybody's heard of it, nobody's heard of it. You can argue for your limitations, and a wonderful gift happens. You get to keep them. It's just so much financial pressure right now. There's this, there's that. I'm just, I'm afraid, I'm nervous. I don't know what to say. Okay, you win the argument. You don't know what to say. Enjoy your life. I'm terrible at listings. I can't get listings. I can't get listings. I can't. Yeah, I believe you. You can't get listings. You know, what your mind focus on expands. I sponsor everybody I talk to. I get every listing I go on. My wife actually loves me, and she does, but she doesn't always love me. But like, what do you say to yourself? You know, my teenage son is just blowing it. What's he doing? He's doing this. He's doing this. My teenage son, she's doing this. And what you focus on expands. Then you will wonder why you don't have a relationship. And Tony Robbins says, what your mind focuses on, you get more of. So if you tell me why you can't do this, just get off the call right now. It's I can't even save you. You know, say God save the queen, God save the king. So you gotta be really cognizant of who you're hanging out with. Can do people, will do people, find a way. There's got to be a way. Everyone write that down. Write it down. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears, and I'm actually gonna answer his question, but I haven't gotten to talk to anybody all morning, so I'm having my first little cup of coffee. It's a cold Northern California morning. I'm hearing the little wind today. I'm in Northern California in the Sierra Nevada, so it's the sun. It's coming out. Let's see. This is my actual office here. We're sitting amongst the trees. It's just a beautiful day here. This is Rob. Everybody needs a genius. I got my local genius, Rob. He's sitting at the handmade.
What's going on, Rob?
Rob's a genius. Everything's handmade, custom, everything he does. It's summertime. We get the beach ball in the office. There's my actual office, 17 private offices and 4 conference rooms and Zoom rooms. And I only had this for a year and a half. I built everything I have without it. I built everything I have with 3 desks and a Regis office. You don't need this. This is just spoiling yourself, because sometimes you just got to spoil yourself. And it's what I wanted to do. But now I'm building for 250,000 agents, 250,000 in 100 countries. So this is my global headquarters for my global empire. But it started with me getting out of my house. Get out of your house. Go get an office. Go get somewhere. I like my house. Great. How many do you have? 5,000 agents or 10,000 agents? I got 50. I got 30. Get out of your house. Go down to the office. Go see human beings. Get out of your home. Go get a little, like John Jennings over here. He's built this huge business. He's doing 20, 30 deals a month. He's got revenue share. He rented the Regis office across the way. Proximity is power. 5 feet from my door. I can't afford one. No windows, one desk, $275 a month. And he was nervous when he did it, but he started listening to me talk. I'm like, my door's open right now. I'd never shut my door. And anyone sitting out there, they can hear what I'm saying. And it's like listening. And if I have a private conversation, I'll shut it. But like, who are you being intentional about hanging out and purposeful? So, okay, back to Sean. I'll stop. What time is it? Okay, I burned 14 minutes, but hopefully you got something out of that. I don't know where that came from, but it was just coming. It felt right. Some of you are like, when bottom line drivers, what is he going to say? Something substantive. Well, if you were listening, I said a lot of things that were substantive, in my opinion. But I started in real estate in 1996. I went bankrupt in 95. I was 29 years old. And I thought, man, do something different. I got my license and sold 3 homes my first 6 months. By 99, I sold 48 homes. I made almost $400,000. I called my mom, who's a real estate broker, and my dad. I called them probably 7 times a day. After about 2 months, my mom goes, I'm exhausted. Why? She goes, I've never met anybody who had so many questions. I go, well, Mom, when they asked me about survey, I don't know what that is. I'm new. When they asked me about Section 1 or Section 2 clearance or the deck or the well and potability and productivity and septic systems, I don't know anything. I'm not going to guess. And you're my mom, so you're stuck answering my questions. And I asked so many questions that 9 years later or 8 years later, I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in California out of 10,000 RE/MAX agents in California. Outsold them all. So success principle #2, success leaves clues. How many times a day do you talk to your sponsor, your sponsor, sponsor, your sponsor, 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 your sponsor, 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 because 3 or 4 quit above you? Who cares? And you tell that story to everyone. Well, my sponsor quit and they quit. Stop that. Never say it again. Stop. You're putting doubt in the mind of the people you're talking to. Stop. Don't ever share your sad little sappy story again. I meet people all the time. Well, I'm upset at Amy Weaver, Russ Laggett, and they tell to the group. That's called throwing up down. It's called throw up, not throw down. Gangsters and hoodlums throw down. Very not smart to throw down. You throw up on your group, very, very good way to fail at anything you do. Your real estate team, you throw up on your employees, a little Italian restaurant, you're just puking on your employees all the time. Leaders throw up. They have a business consultant, a coach. I'm really struggling with this. I'm struggling with my marriage. I'm struggling with my kid. Throw up. They don't throw across. Well, I'm not throwing up in my group, but I'm throwing up on Sean Sturrock. I'm throwing up on Jay Kinder. He can take it on Jay Nelson. That's called throwing across. It's not called throw across. It's called throw up. I'm not naive. I know you got real issues and things happen. And sometimes the broker of Missouri upset you. The broker of South Dakota upset you. The broker of Idaho or Utah had it wrong. They're human beings. They're not gods. And they're going to do something wrong. An employee mistreated you, misquoted you at eXp. They have 2,200 of them. They hire new ones all the time. They make mistakes. So what you do is you throw up. You call your sponsors, well, the 5 of them, then go to the 6th one and never talk about the people that are not. Well, my sponsor quit. If I would just like, I heard you say that. Stop telling your sad little story. Take 100% personal responsibility. My sponsor really hasn't been active in years and years and years. She makes millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. She does blockchain. She does crypto. She does other things she's passionate about. I never talk about it. Who cares? I love her, and she helped me so much. But so back to this, remember when I got in real estate in 1996, I called my mom 7 times a day and asked questions for 2 months. And she said I was exhausting her. 2 months after joining eXp, Sheila calls me. She goes, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I have to go back to work. I have to go back to work. I go, why? She goes, you got me doing Zooms and I'm on the phone with you 7 times a day, exactly like my mom. Again, I replicated my success. I did really, really well because I inverted my learning curve. I went like this. But you go, well, I don't want to bother Glenn. He's really busy. He won't take your call or your email or your Zoom if he's too busy. Same with me. We have boundaries. You should have boundaries. But like people, it's so funny. They go, well, Sean, Tim, Leanne, I texted you, didn't respond. I go, really? When? Last October. I go, it's friggin' August. You know, if I want you, copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste, resend, 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 resend. That's just the first hour. I will call you, I will text you, I will email you all in the next 20 minutes. Your hustle factor sucks. Write this down. Time decay kills. I would show people the model explained, not talk, just hit play because it's duplicatable. Do I have 10,000 hours of presentations? Probably 20 or 30,000. I've been presenting things since I was 19. I'm 60. I'll be 60 in March. Been doing it a long time. And I did massive action my whole life. I do, A plus B equals C. Well, I'm not very good at it. Well, do it instead of doing it once a week, do it 10 times a day. I'm doing it 10 times a day. It's not working out. Do it 15, do it 20 with coaching, do those tweaks. Do it 30, do it 40, do it 50, do it 50 times. That's extreme. Do you think Herschel Walker, Heisman Trophy winner, and Michael Phelps, and Venus Williams, and Michael Jordan, and Steve Jobs, and Sam Walton, was it? Walmart founder, and I think I got his name right, and the Henry Ford, they're extreme. They're all extreme. If success were easy, everybody will do it. Write this down. If you build it hard, it's easy. If you build it easy, it'll be the hardest thing you ever done in your life. But you got to build it hard with boundaries. When it's time to be a dad, you got to be a dad. When it's time to be a mom, you got to be a mom. But it's hard. I know it's hard. The Holy Bible, the good book says, in this world you will have trials and tribulations. It never said, in this world you're going to make it by the time you're 30 and you'll never suffer again. No one will get cancer. No one's going to have a heart attack. No one's going to get diabetes. Nobody's going to get killed in a car crash. Nobody's going to become an alcoholic or have a drug problem in your family. You're going to have stuff you got to deal with. That is life. But you need boundaries. When it's time to go to church, go to church. When it's time to go to women's group, go to women's group. Don't vary. I go to men's groups. I go to Bible study. I do date with kids. We are very regimented. I schedule what's really important. And what's really important for me is my faith. Number one at the top. And the second thing is my family. They go in my calendar first, not because I'm a robot, but because they're important. I have boundaries. I know what's important. Am I perfect? Do I make mistakes? Yes. But am I pretty dang good at honoring those schedules? 95% of the time. And then what comes after that? Family, faith, business? I think it should be fitness. Now, I kicked fitness to the bottom. I did. Oh, I'll get to it, manana. I go to the gym once, twice a week and all that stuff. So now I've put it all the way to the top. Like, what, you're above God? I go, no, it's right there. But I think it's helping me get closer to God. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I don't worship fitness, but I moved it from the bottom to the top because me dying early of diabetes, heart attack or stroke is just not good for my family. It's not what God has for my life. So I've moved it to the top. I'm obsessed with that. I was up at 4 a.m. this morning and I'm just like, I am after it. I've got coaches and plans and I'm studying. I understand why rest. I understand a lot of stuff. I'm just learning. And it took me 2 years to learn how to become a listing agent. And it may take me 6 months, a year, 2 years, but I'm doing it. And I'm a fighter because A plus B equals C. A plus B equals C. There's no mystery here. There's my lack of work or your lack of work. Now, sometimes the lack of work in the marriage. Kathy and I have marriage counseling tomorrow. Are you guys okay? Yeah, we're working on it. We're married 35 years. We always go to couples retreats. We always go to marriage counseling. We always read books. We just read a book called Red Hot Monogamy. Warning, alert, it's very spicy. So don't go, whoa, those guys are sex maniacs. They definitely talk about sex in the book. Now, all the guys like, order the book on Amazon right now. Give me 2 copies of Red Hot Monogamy. I'll take 3 copies. But it's a chapter or 2 or maybe 3. So, in full disclosure, like parental guidance suggested. It's that's definitely the most spicy book on marriage we've ever read. My wife's like, I need a break. This is a little much for me. I'm like, I love this book. Let's go to the next page. But anyway, so we work on our marriage. We go to growing kids God's ways with the Ezos. That's the old school Henry Blackaby's experiencing God. These are things that we needed because otherwise you get empty. I won't tell you who, But I was sitting with a gentleman with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people in his group. He's super rich, drives fancy cars, lives in a big house. He's well known at eXp, but not super well known. He's just confessing, because I'm empty. I'm an empty shell. I don't know what's wrong with me. Money, famous within the eXp world, and I'm empty. And I said, and we were talking, he goes, I think I need faith. I'm finally hearing the message. Like, I don't have any faith. I need faith. And I said, hey, how would you like to have that right now? And I led him in a simple prayer at this simple restaurant right there. And I led him to the Lord right there. This happened 2 weeks ago. It was super cool. And I go, have you ever done that? He goes, no, I haven't. I go, can I help you? He's flying high right now. He thanked me. I checked with him Sunday right before I went to church. He sent me back, and he's in church, and there's words up there about God and this and that. It was some, whatever. I mean, it's because really your life is made up of faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. The 5 F's: faith, family, fitness, finance, and fun. You're not having any fun, all work and no play, burnout. You get really out of shape, cardiac arrest, stroke, diabetes. None of that's good. You neglect your family. That's not good. Your faith, had it all, and it's like it's meaningless. Back to my story. I digress. So I asked my mom and my dad, they're both real estate brokers with you. I called them constantly. I get an eXp. I call Sheila constantly. She says, I don't know. I'll call the corporation, call you back. I don't know. I'll call the corporation, call you back. I don't know. Call the corporation, call you back. And then I was constantly calling Rob and Gene, like every day, because I was in motion. Bodies in motion tend to stay in motion. Bodies at rest tend to stay at rest. There's no mystery. It's motion. And so A plus B equals C. It is a math situation here. Now, it could be your social abilities are so bad. That could be an issue. That's where you need some coaching. You're not listening enough, because you can go. I've had people do my open house structures that I teach, and where I sold 300 homes in 1 year from open houses, not in a career, but 1 year, with showing agents, with a team, showing them how to do it. And other people replicate it and they don't get anything because their energy is wonky. Write this down. High energy equals high results. Write it down. You got time. High energy equals high results. Low energy, Eeyore. Hey, I'm Eeyore from Charlie Brown. It probably won't work. I think that's our Winnie the Pooh. Actually, it's Winnie the Pooh. Sorry. No, never gonna work. No one's attracted to that. He's cute, he's funny, but you don't want to be cute and funny. You want to grow this for your family. I ended up building a team because I love people and culture matters. And I praise them and I focused on what they did good. I didn't beat them for what they did bad. When the stuff hit the fan and it was $1,800 for new windows, I split it with them. It was totally their fault. Most people on the team, like, you're paying for this. This is coming out of your check. I'm like, I know it was their fault, but I go, hey, let me split it with you. I can't tell you how many times agents have burst into tears because I split it with them. And they knew it was their fault. I didn't browbeat them. And guess what? They didn't do it again. Some experience is the second best teacher. The best teacher is OPE, other people's experience, which is why you're learning from Eric Golden. It's why you're learning from Sean Sturrock and Bill. It's why you're learning from Gene Frederick and from Rob Flick and legends in the business that have done well. So I get an eXp and I just first person to sponsor 40 in the entire company, because I realized it takes 40 to unlock all 7 levels. So let's go do that. So how did you know you were going to do 40? I didn't. I go, I'm going to do 10 the first year, maybe 15 if I get lucky. And then they'll tell some people, and I see 80 to 100, peak to peak to peak. That's all I saw. Is I'm doing $100 million a year in real estate, have 18 to 28 listings, which took me 2 years of being dedicated and hunting down listing agents and going, how do you get sellers to call you? How do you get sellers to call you? Because no one was calling me. How do you do your lead generation? You live in Minnesota, I live in California. You live in Florida, I live in California. You live in Dallas, I live in California. You live in Seattle, I live in California. You live in Canada, I live in California. How? And they told me, because I wasn't compete with them. But I flew places. I attended events. I invited people to breakfast, lunch, dinner. I applied that desire to agent attraction. Gene, how do I do it? Rob, how do I do it? Sheila, how do I do it? And not understanding what the E&O coverage was, not understanding the broker support for Colorado. Who do I talk to? I'll call the corporation. I'll call you right back. Well, my sponsor's not like that. But then figure it out. You got to do what you got to do. In listings, there was nobody helping. Now at eXp, we help each other. Not me. I'm all alone. Okay, then you could say this will stop me or this will propel me. It's a part of my story. Don't be a victim. Be victorious. Anytime you give the power over, like my sponsor quit, my sponsors quit. Nobody's really into it in my upline. Okay, so that's your excuse not to do it. Or you can go, who is? Well, Sean is, Brent Gove is, Gene Frederick is, Rob Flick is, Eric Golden is, and then get in the right rooms and hang out with them. I paid $250,000 last year to hang out with 25 people and Tony Robbins and Dean Graciosi and Andy Elliott and Jordan Peterson and every famous person you can think of. Now that I've got all their cell phones and call all of them. Andy Elliott asked me if he could come speak in Cabo. I didn't ask him. He asked me. You know, I got guys who fly around on Falcon jets. Hey, do you think I could come to your event? I'm like, yeah, I don't know if we got room, but isn't that great? And it started with me and 3 people at a conference room. And then it went to 8. And then the next week, nobody showed up. And then the next week, 10 showed up. And the next week, 5 showed up. And the next week, 18 showed up. Small beginnings. Everything has a small beginning. So what I do to sponsor 40 people? Well, what I do to sell 30 homes in 30 days. I said, okay, if I'm going to sell 30, I was just a solo agent. Most solo agents want to sell 30 homes in a year. Again, I got around people that were selling 60 homes a month, 90 homes a month, 100 homes a month. So 30 homes a month was nothing. But when you hang out with agents who want to sell 30 homes this year, you have their thoughts and you have their habits. And my coach is awesome. How many homes has your coach ever sold in a career? Well, they sold about 40 homes a year one time. That's the best they got to offer you. They can't teach you what they don't know. They don't have the skill set to sell 400, the skill set to sell 40. You want to learn the violin? Learn from the expert. You want to learn how to do crown molding? Learn from the #1 crown molding installer in your town. Go work for them for free. You'll learn how to do it the right way. Who they're very successful. You want to learn how to play the guitar? This guy's really good. Really? Tell me about him. Well, how many songs has he written? None. What's he make a month? $3,000. Maybe that shouldn't be your guitar guy or gal. You want the absolute best. You want to learn because they're transferring their bad habits.
Can I interject real quick, Brent?
Yeah, sorry.
No, this is all incredible. I just want to make a comment. Eric that's on here, Golden, 80% of his teaching is all about mindset. We had Michael Reese on here last week. Just like you, I just crack up about this because there might be people on here going, but tell me, what do I say? How do I do it? None of that matters if this isn't right. And I just want to give kudos to you, to Eric Golden, to Michael Reese. I think of all 3 of you and how successful you are. And all of you come on, and most of all you talk to about is mindset. So anyway, I'm eating it up. I just want everybody to understand that it doesn't matter what he's going to say, how his enthusiasm, his care for others, and the compliment I'll give to Bill Rawhauser that's like you, Brent. I've said it to Bill forever, his whole life. There's something about Bill when you first run into him, somehow he makes you feel really good in 15 seconds every single time. It's a true, genuine compliment or a hug or, man, you look awesome, or good looking shirt, whatever it is he says, it just comes out of him every single time I get. And that's how you are. So just compliments to you. And again, we can start asking specific questions. What do you do? How did you do it? And I just want
I'm gonna actually dive into that.
All right. But we don't, what I'm just trying to get to is what you're saying, in my opinion, is phenomenal. If that ain't right, nothing else is going to fall into place.
Amen. Amen. So it's funny. I'm counting 6 people looking at their phones and doing other things right now. I'm watching you guys do other stuff, and that's cool. You can do that, or you can be present in the moment and taking notes and soaking up what you can soak up. Your call. Like when Tony Robbins or Dean or Andy Elliott or Jesse Isler, well, that's them. It ain't you. You're not them. Go if you haven't earned that. Okay, fine, cool. Everything I go to, I'm paying attention. For the most part, taking notes. If I am looking down, and I'm gonna give everyone the benefit of the doubt, you're taking notes here. I take a lot of notes on my iPhone, and you guys are like, well, I don't know what to say. every Tuesday at 2:10 p.m. Pacific, 5:10 Eastern. I have Viral Workman on teaching tangible how you succeed at real estate for like 20 minutes. Learn that and then call people from Coldwell Banker, Remax Lines and stuff and go, you won't believe what I just learned about getting multi-million dollar listings. I'd like to meet with you next week and share it. I'm doing some coaching. I'm not even going to charge you. Would you like to know? Because like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Did you listen to Viral last Tuesday? He's on tomorrow at 2:10. Workman Success Systems. He's got like 40 coaches, been around the industry for 30 plus years. He's a star. He's absolutely, maybe it's Club Wealth. Maybe it's NAEA. Maybe it's Craig Proctor. Go learn things about real estate and then teach what you're learning to prospects. It's that easy. Well, I don't know anything about luxury listings. What luxury listing training did you attend? None. Well, no longer. No wonder you don't know anything about it. Teach them about the latest cutting edge AI techniques to help their business. Well, I don't know anything. Well, no longer. Go learn something. And then the next week when you call people, go, hey, I learned this new trick using AI that can help you get 10 listings. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a coach. I'd love to meet with you next week. I will not charge you, and I will flat out teach you how to get 10 listings. Then repeat what you heard from whoever it is. It's that easy. So if you want to learn something new every week and you can meet with your prospect all the time, do that. There's people I've met with I'd meet them once a month for breakfast or lunch or coffee. And I poured them for months. And then when the timing is right, they go, tell me about eXp. They would say, start with, I will never join eXp. I just want to be clear. Yeah, no problem. And you know what? Listen to me. I'm actually okay with that. I don't think everybody should be at eXp. I mean, I think they should, but I think God has some people at Century 21. They're on assignment. Some people are at Remax or Keller Williams. He has them working with the devil. What can I say? But I'm just kidding. I was a total joke, a little levity for the situation. Mark, come on, I'm teasing Mark. I'm watching like that was edgy. I know I was kidding, but so here's the deal. But I really believe that, and the ones who are supposed to be here are going to be here, and so your job is to what? Add value. That's what John Maxwell says all the time. Zig Ziglar says you help enough people get what they want. So now some people are like, well, God, I am just struggling. I'm struggling right now. I cry, Uncle, tell me about eXp. Play the video. Oh my gosh, I'm glad. Here, let me grab my laptop. Here it is. And I should probably plug this in. I unplugged it to show you my office, but plug that back in. And then share what you learned from Burl Workman or share what you learned from Tom Ferry or whatever. So a couple interesting things. I remember that. I had forgot what Sean Sturrock said. I was true. It was about 6 months into eXp. I'm driving to a $1.4 million listing. They're excited to have me come. I am excited to go, but it dawns on me in the way. I'm thinking, what a colossal, it was like 45 minutes to get out there, an hour with them. It's like 3 hours of my life. And I'm thinking, what a waste of time. The ROI is zero. I'm going to earn some money. I'll spend it, pay the taxes. It's like I never did it. I've been a part of 5,000 different purchase contracts and listing agreements, my name on them in the last 30 years. Never had a brokerage. I'm not a broker. I'm a lowly agent and never got my broker's license because if you get your broker's license, you're actually held to a higher standard of to be sued. And there was no more pay. So I'm like, why get your broker's license? Well, they respect you more. I go, well, I don't have any problem, getting 18 to 28 listings. That's in your head. And you're looking for, you get self-respect because you bootstrapped it. You did the work. And so the long story short is I remember, I'd totally forgot that, Sean, but when you brought that up, I remember thinking, what a waste of time. All those homes, you know what they pay me today? Decades of effort, nothing. So you're going for 50 home sales this year. Unless you really need the income, your ladder is against the wrong wall. I remember Rick Chiha had 60 listings every year. He was 3 years in eXp. He's got like 1,700 people in his group. He goes, this year I'm going to go for 100 listings. I'm going to lead by example. Show my team how to. I've never done it. I'm going to do it. I remember clear as day saying that. I go, Rick, I don't think I've ever been so angry and mad at you in my life. I wasn't angry and mad, but I was. This is the dumbest goal you could possibly set. Okay, there. To work that hard to get 100 listings, 40 more than he normally gets. It's hard to get 60, let alone 100. I mean, it takes a real focus. What's that going to mean in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years? You know, Coldwell Banker's been around for 120 years. Sotheby's been around for 220 years. Christie's been around for 286 years. Think long term. Oh, they've had agents working for them for centuries. None of those sales mean boo, except for we know Christie's, Fine Real Estate and Auction House, we know Sotheby's, and we know Coldwell and Baker. They're the only ones who recruited. Recruiting means I'm going to love you, I'm going to support you, and I'm going to change your life. That's what it means. And that's what you do. And the money will be a byproduct of the amount of value you bring to the marketplace. I don't know how to bring value. I don't know what to say. I don't know much about real estate. Again, I already told you. Have you been to NAREP? Have you been to ARIA? Have you been to WCR? What's WCR? Women's Council of Realtors. Of my 18 agents, 12 were women. They made me join. They let guys join the WCR. Yeah, they do. I was a member and sit in the back and take notes. But the ladies are smarter than the men, just in case you didn't know, right? I got 8 kids, Christina and Alyssa and Sarah Megan. They're smart. The guys, the 4 boys for the ghosts, like, oh, you know, they're like me. I had a tutor for math, tutor for English, I had C's. If I got a B, I was like, I got an A plus. I'm like, I got a B minus, chicken. I was so freaking excited about B minuses and B's. So excited. A B plus was like an A plus, 4.0, Yale, Harvard. I remember, you know, and but girls, they're amazing. And so I don't remember why I was telling you that, but I digress. But the point is this. I totally forgot my whole point where I was going with that. That's so funny. Oh, well, it'll come back. So using principles of how I bootstrapped it, I go, okay, so when I did open houses from 10 in the morning till 6 at night on Saturday, and from 10 in the morning till 6 at night, or 11 in the morning, because I go to church at the 9 a.m. service, and until 6 or 7 at night in the summer times when it was light out, I do some 8, 9, 10-hour open houses. Most people do 2, 3, 4. I do 8, 9, or 10, but I get up within 3 months, I had 90 clients. Most people have 2, 1, 3. It's like a test tube. And test tube babies are weird. You don't want any test tube babies. You want a funnel, right? The funnel. So if the funnel's this big, you have 5 clients, 10 clients, 15 clients, 20 clients, 30 clients, 40 clients. Look at the bottom. I can't do this. 50, 60, 70. I'm getting out of the frame. 80, 90 clients. I look at the bottom. Test tube, baby. A drip comes out like an IV. Drip, drip. Enough to starve with rev share. Enough to start with real estate commissions. Master lead generation for agent attraction. Master lead generation for listings. I did it for buyers. Then I had to switch listings. It took me 2 years. It's not going to happen overnight. And I was dedicated. And then all of a sudden the top split. And it split further, and it could stay in the frame. And it split further, and it split further. But look at the bottom. Look what's happening at the bottom. And I went from 3 sales a month to 5 sales a month to 10 sales a month to 20 sales a month to 30 sales a month to 40 sales a month to 50 sales a month, because I mastered lead generation for buyers. Then I mastered lead generation for sellers. Is it because you're so smart? I already told you I had tutors for reading and math. In the 70s, they called it bonehead math. Bonehead English, actually what they called it. I do kind of have a big bone head, by the way. You should see a hat on me. It's so funny. It looks like a teapot. Like Sean looks good in his hat. If you ever see me on the golf course, I don't wear hats because this thing is so big. And I got a big head. And so I don't wear it. It's just, it's like, there's a lot up there, but what I have is a big heart to go with the big head. And people know that you love them. The rest will work out. But I also had a work ethic. And most of you simply don't fail enough. The key to fixing your current situation is failing enough. So that means numbers. You hold yourself to a standard. Tony Robbins says set higher standards. He says step up and set higher standards. Step up. I want to talk to 5 people every day this week. Good. Got it done? Yeah. Next week, do 10. Next week, do 15, 5, 5, 5. Next week, do 20. 20 a day times 5 is, or 4 is 100 a week. If you take Fridays off like I did to go golfing, and that's 400 a month. And if you apply it to buyers, you're going to have a lot of buyers. Like I did my open houses like a wild man for 3 months, and then I only did them on Sundays. And then once I still had all these clients, I did them every other weekend on Sundays. Then I did them every third Sunday. Then I did them once a month. And I've had to do them in years and years and years. It gets down to math. Success is a math problem, but throw in the heart, throw in the right motives, and throw in some Dale Carnegie, some people skills. I'll take questions in a minute. But so what I did is just like when I said, okay, I'm going to sell 30 homes in 30 days. And the goal begged the question. If I'm going to sell 30 homes in 30 days, I don't have a team, don't have an assistant, it's just me, don't have a database, it's just me. I go, how do I do that? Well, let me ask you guys a question. Could you show property tomorrow? Tomorrow's what? Tuesday? Yeah. Could you set up a showing in the morning? I could suppose so. If you found the right house, could you write an offer tomorrow? Is it possible? Yeah. Is it possible for them to present that offer tomorrow night? Yeah. If you don't show property and you don't have any listings, what are the odds of you selling a home tomorrow? Not good. So I said, if I'm going to sell 30 homes in 30 days, write this down. Simple scales, fancy fails. I like simple quotes. Henry Ford, a man or woman's about as happy as they make up their mind to be. Decide to be happy. Decide to focus on the good. What's good about your husband? What's good about your wife? What's good about your kids? Well, they got these problems. You focus on the problem only expands. You alienate your children from you. You run away from home. Your wife's like, I've had enough. You're verbally abusive. Your husband's like, I had enough. All she does is rag on me. She just boom, boom, boom. Pretty soon you're like, I'm out. I'm out. Ask some other people. Are you a jerk? Do you have negative juju? Do you learn how to smile? I had to learn how to smile and talk. It was hard, but now it's not hard. Everything's hard. Write this down. Here's a good Brent Gove quote. I don't think anyone's ever said this. I'm sure they have, but everything's hard until it isn't. Brent Gove. Everything's hard until it isn't. The other quote I would like to be attributed to is you must fail. You must fail. And that with velocity. The reason you struggle, as Seneca said this thousands of years ago, nothing's changed. He goes, it is not because it's difficult that you don't try. Eric's on his head. He knows this one. See, you guys think I'm not watching you. Kelly, Greg, I'm watching you. Kathy Carter. Hi, Kathy Carter. I see you taking notes. Yeah, I didn't mean like I caught you not taking notes, but I do watch you guys when I talk. Courtney, nice Robert Palmer head back. Remember the YouTube MTV Addicted to Love? You could do that. Robert Palmer Addicted. You look like that background dancer. Never mind. All right, so he said it is not because things are difficult that you do not try. Seneca, Greek philosopher, thousands of years ago. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. No, I'm trying. No, you're not. Did you talk to 20 people yesterday? Did you talk to 10? I talked to 5. Okay, that's good. Did you do that day before? No, it was, Sunday. Oh, good. I don't think you should work 7 days a week either. But if you're struggling to pay the bills, whatever, I think you should work 6 days a week. Well, it's a 5-day work week. That's an invented Western cultural idea. God's idea is that you work 6, you take a day off. That's like God's idea. I think that's biblical. And if you get going really good, you could be like me. I work Monday through Thursday, and I get to take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off and go have fun. That's what I choose to do. Do what you want. But the rumors are true. I've decided to retire in 25 to 30 years. I'm going to retire. Might change, but I'm going to retire in 25 because I don't hate what I do. And so applying those skills, I decided I'm going to show property every day. And if I can, twice a day. Somebody somewhere seeing something today. Somebody somewhere seeing something today. Why is he talking about that? We're going to do agent attraction because it crossed over. And so I worked so hard to do that. Sometimes I showed property once, twice, 3 times. The 4th day I didn't show property. So I was so freaked out I'm behind. The 5th day I showed property 5 times. I wrote 2 or 3 offers that day. I think I put 2 homes in escrow, but I'm behind. Supposed to have 5 homes in escrow. I got 2 in escrow. I'm 3 behind. I'm showing property like a wild man every day. I'm calling people, anyone. I'm asking, Sean, you got any off-market properties? Mark Best, you got anything? What do you got coming on in Colorado Springs, Colorado? Let's say they're from Colorado. Judy lives wherever Judy lives, right? La Jolla, California. Judy, we got any new listings? Yeah, I got one coming on. It's 6,000 square feet. It's $15 million. And I said, I network with the elite agents. I can show you stuff off market. You're shopping leftovers on Zillow and Redfin. They go, I don't need you. I have Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, and I'm on 2 Realtor trips. I don't need you. Like, if you've been looking for half a year, haven't found your dream home, you know why you're shopping leftovers? How does that sound to you to know the truth that you are shopping with what nobody wanted? What's nobody wanted goes in the MLS. Zillow pulls from the MLS. The good stuff people buy before it ever sees the light of day. I'm going to bring you the reason you need me is I will move every rock, every leaf. I will outwork every edge you ever been. I'm going to give you a level of service that is so high. I'm asking for the opportunity to spoil you. See how I talk? It's different. But back to my thing. I have to show property every day. So how do I sponsor a bunch of people? I thought every morning at 7:30, I'm meeting somebody for coffee. And I realized real quick, coffee shops were and restaurants were the worst place to do it. Oh my, there's my broker. Oh my God. Oh my God, my broker walked in here. There's Jill from the office. Oh my God, they're going to see me. That was not a good, pleasant experience. Or that didn't happen, but it was a really popular because we go to nice bagel shops. It's so loud in here, I can't hear. How do I play the video? And I watched that happen. And this guy goes, "Oh, here." Pulls them out of his earbuds. He goes, bloop. And then I saw in the way there was wax on them. It's just disgusting. I mean, think about what you're doing here. So I've said it a million times. When you show the model explain, you go to a mortgage company or title company. I learned really quick. That's where I go. Because why? I'd say, hey, I didn't use the same company every time. I said, can I use your glass conference room? Because I'm in control. It's just us. There's no waiters coming, no waitresses, no cranking dishes. There's no employee walking in, no owner walking in. So this is mine. And so I'd never go to mine, but this is the Everest room. But they had these title companies and mortgage companies had beautiful conference rooms like this. And then we'd sit there, just me and them, and I'd go play, and we'd watch the video. And they'd get on their phone because it would ding, it's TikTok about Zelensky or Trump or how to make blueberry muffins this spring that tastes extra sweet. And they start looking at that while the video's going. I'm sorry. Let's put our phones on airplane mode. Agents are ADD, right? If I'm not in their presence, they're going to multitask. They're going to review an offer while watching the video. The doorbell's going to ring. It's Amazon. The dog's barking. Get the dog. Nobody's going to, they get up, get the dog. They get toast. They get coffee. They come back 10 minutes later. The video's still rolling. You call them. Did you watch the video? Yeah, I watched the video. It's not for me. You deserve that. It's on you. You watch the video with them. But what if they're in Tucson and I live in Maine? You do a Zoom link and you share your video and you do it with them in the morning. It's 7:30 is when you do it. You have to show the video at 7:30 in the morning because by 10 a.m. they resent you. Their phone's blown up. They got stuff happening. The buyer's upset. The seller's upset. Real estate agents are like firemen and firewomen. They put out fires. How could this issue? And they're pissed off you kept them on for an hour. I tell everyone, you show the video at 7:30 a.m. or 7 or 6:30 or 6 or 5:30 or 5 or 4 a.m. You show it in the morning. What's best for you? 4:30 a.m. Great, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Get up early. Meet them in person if at all possible. Play the video. Don't do this. Hit play. I'm really good at presenting. Are they? Is it duplicatable? I've got the 10,000 hours. I press Rob Flick. We'd watch for an hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes. The new one, my step one is 27 minutes. Step two with Russ Lagan. And if you go to the modelexplain.com, 7 minutes. Step three, the revenue share calculator, 11 minutes. It all adds up to 45 minutes. You go through step one, step two, step three. You don't stop. Oh, I've seen enough. No, you haven't seen it. We're going to hit step two. And then, okay, wow, it's okay. And then you got to show step three. They have to see the revenue share. That's the whole point. You know what I thought of the explanation? I'm watching Rob Flick go through. Not sold, not sold, not sold, not sold. At the very end, he goes to the revenue share calculator. I'm watching. And he's like, and you can make whatever it was, 2.7 million a year. I'm like, what? Whoa. Slowly roll, back up. I was like stock. Every stock I've ever bought went to zero. I was not a stock guy. I buy real estate. I'm a real estate guy. So the stock I didn't like, I was uncomfortable. It was a reason not to come to eXp. You show them the eXp world, I think it's the most insane thing you could ever do. Never comes out of my mouth. What about that? Oh, pay no attention to that. You won't be in there. Well, should we demonstrate to them, take them on tour, give them a guest pass? If you're crazy, it's like sending your buyer to an open house that you're not there and there's 40 agents. I've seen people get sponsored walking around the world. Oh, I'm Jay from Butler, Alabama, and not Jay Nelson. I'm Kylie, and oh no, forget Bill Rao, forget Brent Gove. Like, what are you doing? And it's a reason not to join eXp, the cartoon figures walking around. Like, stop the madness. I never, ever, they don't know it exists till they get here. And if they do bring it up, I dismiss it quickly because they think I'm going to spend all my time in a virtual reality. I got real estate to sell. So, A, that doesn't exist. B, get to the revenue share calculator. I only want people who like the revenue share. If they want the stock, they're not for me. If they like our split structure, they're not for me. If they want to sell 40, 50, 60, 80, 200, 300 homes a year, I tell them stay where they are. Why would you come to eXp? Stay at Compass. I iconed once. Most people are proud of the fact they've iconed 7 times. Great. You got some stock. I went from 60 to 30 on purpose. The next year I sold 0. I went 60, 30, 0. I went trade time for dollars, do nothing, get paid like crazy. And of course, I do something, but it's easy to show up here and be the big deal. So I called people on Fridays from 2 to 5 p.m. What I would do today is attend Verl Workman every Tuesday, learn from him, and then teach what you learned. Literally go through your notes. Let me share with you what I learned. Go to Tina Call on whatever she's doing. Go to GoGo on whatever she's doing. Go to Tom Ferry. Go to meet other agents. What do I say about eXp? Nothing. Just make a friend. Sheila called me 2 years later. I don't know if you remember me. I didn't remember. Oh, I'm not going to call Bill Rawhauser. He may not remember me. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank God Sheila wasn't like you. He may not remember me. I felt bad when I didn't remember her. So now I had empathy. I'm like, what do you got? What do you got? Listen, egomaniac. I should remember this woman. Didn't she remembered you? She said nice things. So I showed that video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because on Fridays from 2 to 5, I'd text people, Sean, you got a second? Yeah, what's up, man? Call him. Eric Golden, you got a second? Yeah. Brian Decker, you got a sec? Mike Ocker, you got a second? Caleb, Leanne, Yvette, Jocelyn Deal from Indiana. Jocelyn, you got something? And I see you have 5 icon. I'm not picking on you, Jocelyn. But I want to encourage you not to icon this year. I want to encourage you to sell less, not more. You go from 20 to 40. Your ladder's against the wrong wall. Now, if you need 40 to pay your bills, do it. But if 20 is paying your bills, how about sponsoring 20 new agents? It only takes 1 to get this vision. Boom. And
Brent, can I ask you a question? From day one, did you go for recruiters only?
100%. That's why people say, well, I sponsored 10, 15, 20. It's not working for me because they came for the split. If they come in for the 80, 20 in the cap, didn't want them. Every single person I sponsored had eXp insomnia. Every single person I sponsored wanted to replicate like a rabbit. That was a difference. I had an Italian woman, can't even remember her name, loved her. She sold 50 homes a year for Keller Williams. She's so awesome. And she broke my heart. She goes, yeah, I watched the video. It looks cool and everything. I think I'm going to switch to eXp. I really like the stock. Obviously, the financials make sense, the cap. I just want to hear in your heart, should I do it? And I was about to answer. She goes, but I want to be really clear. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not going to recruit anyone. I'm going to stay in my lane and I'm just going to sell and take care of me and mine. And I go, I think you should totally stay at Keller Williams. She's selling 50 homes a year. Everyone loved her. I didn't have time for that. Don't you care about people? Yes, I do, but I care about my kids more. I care about my family more. And so the 25 I sponsored, I did sponsor 5 a month for 5 months. Guess what? They went, shh. Today I have 20 growing legs. Most big players at eXp have 1, 2. I have 12 that I've sponsored with 300 or more, 500, 800, 1,000, 12, 13, 1,400, thousands and thousands and thousands in leg number 3, thousands in leg number 2, and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands on leg number 1. So I do have that big leg, but I have 3 legs with multiple thousands. I have another 3 legs with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and all over 1,000. I have many legs with 2, 3, 4, 500 because I understood I hate to use the word, I hate to use it, but I'm going to do it, who my avatar was for ideal client. That's why the trainers are always saying, look, what are you? Do you sell mobile homes? Do you sell land? Do you sell luxury real estate? Who is your ideal client? Define that. My ideal client, if I was just doing real estate, will be a minimum of 2 million to 15 million a year. Ask me if I've ever done it. I've never done it, but I finally figured it out. I would sell 400 to 500 homes a year. I was on my way to sell 600 when the market corrected, but average price was 315. I'd rather sell 100 homes for $3 billion than 600 at 315. And you all know Wendy from Las Vegas. She was selling 40 homes a year at 350. She's switched over a year and a half ago. She'll still sell 20 or 30 homes, but she's taken 3 million, 6 million, 8 million, 12 million, 15 million. Well, you don't understand where I live in Missouri, where I live in Ohio, where I live. The average price is 200,000 a house. In upstate New York, 180,000 a house. Are they all that way? Well, no, there's this, but I don't see myself as that. And so all I would do is high-end open houses, because you meet high-end clients and they have high-end friends, and all of a sudden you're knocking it down. Literally, I'm at the gym this morning. Without going into details, the most obnoxious, horrific human being I've ever met in my life is on there with the $10 million listing. I'm at Keller Williams. I'm a team leader. There's 50 people in the class. She stood up in front of everyone and said, you guys are all the biggest idiots I've ever met in my life. That's pretty much what she said. She said it nicer. She said, why are you selling $300,000-$400,000 homes? Because that's what they were. She was, I'm going to go sell $3-4 million homes. And she wasn't nice about it. And she goes, you guys are pretty much stupid, is what she said. And I honestly couldn't understand. I would never listed that. I didn't list homes over $1 million. A good listing price for me when I was selling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, I go, that's just not me. I didn't see myself. I didn't want to deal with high-end clients. I do six. That's who I am. My identity. If I had it to do over, I would only do open houses there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, well, it's slower. Who said that? Someone's selling 300,000, 4 or 5. Yeah, because they have one, maybe once a year, twice a year. But if you have 10, 15, 20 of those listings and 30, 40, 50, 60 of their friends, today, she has a 20 agent team, has multi-million-dollar listing after like the one behind Mike Ockert, that nice cabin, that would be a low-end listing for her. And she's killing it. And you know what she does? She has glamour shots to this day. Remember that was like a thing like 30 years ago? All this makeup, all this hair. She has a cartoon crown she puts on her head in the magazine, tilts it. And she's got a little thing she has about being the princess of real estate. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. And she makes millions of dollars a year because she thinks differently. So my avatar was people with great energy who are motivated and upwardly bound. And I wasn't afraid to talk to a shift manager at Taco Bell, a salesman at Verizon, the assistant manager or store manager of Nordstrom's. Quit thinking agent. Think a home warranty, think title, think mortgage. I have 2 huge legs that came from mortgage brokers. They have real estate licenses, and some of them did it through their spouse. And I have huge legs today that do hundreds of millions of dollars in sales because I did a mortgage broker's wife named Ron Mackey. None of you know him because Ron stepped away quickly. And then Karen didn't like dealing with it. She left. But today I have a legacy. We probably do $1 billion a year in that leg. I'm going to open up for question, but and my minimum is every morning I show that dumb video somehow, some way. Now today, again, I'd share value with them, and you just gonna have to be scrappy, and then the video thing will come up when it comes up, and you do it. But I would also somehow I'm gonna show that doggone video, like somewhere somebody today's seeing a house, somewhere somebody today's seeing that video, and you may have some appointments. I did have 2 or 3 appointments a day as I went on listing appointments every day as I showed property. I was busy. You're busy anyway. So I'll end with this and do a little Q&A. A lot of you listen to Susie Orman, the financial woman, been on Oprah, David Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, and they talk about being broke, and especially Susie. I'll never forget that. She goes, you need to save 10%. We've all heard it. Save 10, give 10%, save 10%, give 10, save 10. You're like, I'm not making enough. My bills are 120%. My income's 100. How do I save 10%? She says, "Oh, so you're broke?" Yeah. Well, just you might as well be broke at 90%. In other words, if you don't have enough, if 100% is enough, 90% will be enough. Save 10%, pay yourself first, and you watch that account grow, and then you can take some opportunities to get yourself out of the hole. And so, same thing here. You'll figure it out. I'm going to open up for Q&A. We get about 5-10 minutes left. I think we're over, but I'll stick around for another 5-10 minutes.
Dude, I love you. I adore you. You're my hero.
Thank you, man.
Who's
You're
got
my
questions?
hero. You inspire me, Tim.
I appreciate that. No, I love everything you do. I listen to you as often as I can. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
The
you.
whole company needs you. Who has questions for Brent? Come on. I know you do.
Appreciate you being on here. Thank you. I've watched a lot of your videos.
Thank you, Caleb.
You had talked about building with the agents that love the rev share and focusing on them. Were you doing that from the start?
Yes, absolutely. Day one. Everybody who liked the stock and the splits and the cap, I would not sponsor them. Call somebody else. You're not my people. My people want to replicate and grow.
Replicate like rabbits.
6 months, I had 370. Year two, at the end of year one, at 877. I just want to do 10 to 15 and maybe have 80 to 100. Then my second year, I had 3,500. But I understood how this thing works. Yeah. I want to say this too. I know a lot of you are using the AI-driven funnels. I think that is awesome. Stick with it. You can offer that to people. And then I will say this. I want to say a little bit about the sponsor5.com. Everyone write that down. Put it in the chat. Sponsor5.com. I put 13 of my people through that. They're raving about it. And it's Eric Golden's new program, sponsor5.com. And everybody's sponsoring people. They're super excited. It's a different message from my message. Similar, but different. He kind of really holds them to the numbers of calling and what they do every day, but they're totally getting appointments every week. So if you want to know more about that, I'm glad I sought out Eric and had him share. I did the Genius Zone, different things I do. I do the Inner Circle, the Titan Group. I create things, and sometimes we did something called Town Sites. Did not work, but I'm creating and trying stuff. But sponsor5.com. I got time for 2 more questions, and I actually have to bounce. So Kelly Gregg, go ahead.
Hey, Brent, how you doing?
Good. Good to see you again, Kelly.
You too. You too. One thing I'm definitely going to steal. I love that point. I'm just asking for the opportunity to spoil you. I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yes.
Second thing, I haven't been here very long. So you said that there's 3 steps. So the first step is setting up the appointment to show the video. And then you said something about rev share.
So if you go to themodelexplain.com, you'll see me, step 1. And then underneath it is step 2, step 3. Watch step 1, then it scrolls to step 2. Russ Lagan, Vice President of eXp, does a 7-minute presentation of all the tools, what's available to you. And then step 3 is step 3 is I come back on and do an 11-minute presentation with the revenue share calculator. Really, the whole thing is to lay a foundation for step 3. Step 3 is the most important thing. Then under step 3 is this luxury, land and ranch, commercial, buyer toolkit, seller toolkit. So if they want to do a deeper dive and see what we have, it's amazing. So just use it. Don't use it. It's for everyone. In my videos, say, get back to the person who give you the video and say, call me Brent Gove. A lot of them do. Call me Brent Gove. I'll answer your questions. That would be dangerous for you. Mine say, get back to the person and give you this video and ask them questions.
Love it. Love it.
Yep. One more question, you guys. Who wants to go last? Is there anybody who wants to go last before I got to bounce out of here? I'm actually at my office. I came from the gym. I got to run home, shave, shower, and be back here in 47 minutes. If someone will, Tim, can you put that and share your screen? Cabo26.com. The prices went up August 1st. And I realized I don't normally talk to this group, and you may have not known that. And we've never had the price go up in the summer. So August 1st, it went up $100 a person, 200 a couple. So let's pull it up and share the screen. So there's Cabo. It's our number one event. We do 55 live events, Barcelona, Honolulu. Next year, we're doing Paris and the UK and Rome. And we do Cape Town. We had 800 people come to Cape Town. We're all over the world. But there's the price. Register now. Oops. Scroll down a little bit, Tim. Up, 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 up. Yeah, right there. Right there. Oops. Yeah. So $697. It was $597 August 1st. VIP tickets $1197. And you guys more than likely missed it. So what I'm going to do is give you a code where if you purchase your ticket today, it'll drop the price 100 per ticket, 200 per couple, back to $597. And the VIP tickets, which just skip all the lines. We have 1,000 people coming. Pace Morby's going to be there. Tom Ferry's going to be there. The who's who, all the stars of eXp. This is our premier event, and it's scroll down a little bit further. It gives you the dates. I think there, Tim. It's a Hyatt Ziva. No, he's going the right way, isn't he? Keep going.
It's at the very top, March 3rd.
It's also at the bottom. I want them to see some of the resort. There they are, right there. So March 3rd through the 8th. My birthday's March 2nd. I turned 60. So come celebrate my 60th birthday with me in Cabo. Come a day early. Love to see you. But it's $302 per person if there's two in a room. But it includes your room every night, all of your meals, all of your beverages, the entire access to resort. So you're there for like 4 nights if you want. So it's like $1,200. And but the tickets will drop 100, but you got to use the special promo event code. And when you go to you won't see it till you get to the checkout. When will you see it? It says staff. There's a staff box, and it just says staff. I'm going to give you a special code. You put it there. It'll drop the prices from $697 to $597, and then the one where you skip all the lines, and the line can be an hour once you get to the hotel, because we have 1,000 people showing up on planes from all over the world. You skip the lines, and then all week upfront seating, we reserve a section for you. That's the $1197, which will become $1097 with this code. What's the code there, Rob?
Early 25.
Early 25. Is it capital all caps, or?
You can do it all caps.
All caps, capital EARLY 25. If you type early, someone put that in the chat. All capitals, early 25. You're in other words, you're registering early in 2025 for our 2026 event. You'll save $100 on either ticket you buy. $200. This is again not your housing, but on the VIP and the normal registration. It is a stunning resort on the water, 5-star, the Hyatt Ziva. The food is not good. It's incredible. The resort is incredible. The service is incredible. So you have to have a wonderful experience. And there's you can go through the whole website, but go ahead and stop the share. But if you want to get your ticket today, we'll roll back the pricing to as if it's July, whatever, but you got to get your ticket today. The old call to action. Otherwise, because tomorrow you'll forget. So we'll make it good till midnight tonight. Early 25. Any questions anyone have on that before I let you go?
I appreciate that, Brent. And just a quick testimonial. It is if I could only do one event a year, this is the event I go to. I've only missed one in 7 years, and that's because I was physically moving my residence that year. So sign up for it. You will not be disappointed. So, yep. Brother, right. Thank you so much. Go home, get your shower. I can smell you from here.
Oh, come on. I rinsed off at the gym and jumped in the pool. I don't smell bad, but I do need to change and get cleaned up. So I did come from the gym. I was trying to get home and get back. I'm not going to make it. So I just came in. Hey, I love you guys. I'll see you at eXp Con Miami. Someone goes, am I going to go? I go, I don't miss. It's a year. Why would you miss Miami?
Got to be there.
Of course, I'll be in Cabo. Leaders don't miss. Love you guys. Such a pleasure. And check out sponsor5.com with Eric Golden. I'm so glad I got my group in there and it's blowing up. Eric Golden, thank you very much.